Welcome to On This Day, where we look back at the moments that made history, one day at a time. From major world events to the weird and unexpected, every date has a story. So, what happened on 19th of July? Let's find out. July 19th is one of those dates that packs a serious historical punch. It's seen the rise of revolutions, the opening of global games, breakthroughs in culture, and some disasters that left lasting impacts. It's a day where kings lost their heads, flames swallowed cities, and the world tuned in to watch history unfold. Live. Let's start in 64 AD, when a fire broke out in Rome that would rage for 6 days and destroy much of the city. Emperor Nero famously, or perhaps falsely, was said to have played the lyre while Rome burned. Whether or not he actually strummed away, the Great Fire of Rome remains one of the most devastating urban disasters of the ancient world. Jumping ahead to 1799, a group of French soldiers made one of the most important archaeological discoveries in history: the Rosetta Stone. Found in the Egyptian town of Rosetta, this single artifact helped scholars finally decode Egyptian hieroglyphs. Without it, ancient Egypt might have stayed a mystery buried in stone. In 1848, the very first Women's Rights Convention in the United States opened in Seneca Falls, New York. Organized by Elizabeth Cady Stanton and Lucretia Mott, it marked the beginning of the women's suffrage movement in America. The bold declaration that all men and women are created equal echoed far beyond that meeting hall. On July 19, 1870, France declared war on Prussia, setting off the Franco-Prussian War. The conflict would last less than a year but completely reshaped Europe. It led to the downfall of the French Empire and the unification of Germany. Big moves, big consequences. In 1969, Senator Ted Kennedy reported the car crash at Chappaquiddick that had occurred the previous night, resulting in the death of Mary Jo Kopechne. The delay in reporting sparked intense public and legal scrutiny, and the incident had a lasting impact on Kennedy's political career. Back in 1980, Moscow hosted the opening ceremony of the Summer Olympics, but the Games were shadowed by a major boycott. Over 60 countries, including the United States, refused to participate in protest of the Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. Still, the Games went on, and athletes from 80 nations competed. In 1992, Pablo Escobar, the notorious Colombian drug lord, escaped from his self-built luxury prison known as La Catedral. Yes, he had designed his own prison, and when officials tried to move him, he simply walked out. It kicked off a massive manhunt in the final chapter of his cartel empire. Love discovering what happened on this day in history? Hit subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an upload. In 2007, the final installment of the Harry Potter book series, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, was released in the UK. Fans around the world lined up at midnight to get their hands on it. It brought the story full circle, broke sales records, and reminded us just how powerful a good story can be. Back in 1553, Lady Jane Grey was deposed as Queen of England after just 9 days on the throne. She was replaced by Mary the Fienne, also known as Bloody Mary. Jane's brief rule is often remembered as a tragic tale of teenage royalty caught in a deadly game of political power. On this day in 1900, the first line of the Paris metro officially opened. It revolutionized how Parisians moved around their city, and today it's one of the busiest subway systems in the world. It also remains one of the most stylish, with those iconic Art Nouveau entrances. In 1941, Winston Churchill launched the V for Victory campaign across Europe. The gesture, two fingers raised, that became a symbol of hope and resistance against Nazi occupation. It was simple, defiant, and incredibly powerful. In 1991, serial killer Jeffrey Dahmer was arrested in Milwaukee, Wisconsin, after a would-be victim escaped and flagged down police. What they found inside Dahmer's apartment shocked the world and brought to light one of the most disturbing criminal cases in modern history. On a more uplifting note, in 2013, Malala Yousafzai addressed the United Nations on her 16th birthday, just 9 months after surviving an assassination attempt by the Taliban. Her message of peace, education, and resilience captivated the world and inspired a new generation of activists. And finally, in 2001, The Office premiered on BBC Two. Created by Ricky Gervais and Stephen Merchant, the British mockumentary comedy would go on to inspire the US version and spark a global love affair with awkward workplace humor. Office politics, bad bosses, and cringe-worthy moments. All born right here on July 19th. That's what happened on 19th of July throughout history. Made it this far? Drop your favorite historical fact in the comments. Learned something new? Hit subscribe and come back tomorrow. You never know what the past has in store.